In February of 2022, during a routine civil hearing in a small Michigan town, a teenage witness was called to testify over live stream. Remote trials had become common by then. It was supposed to last 15 minutes, and it did, at first, until the girl left the frame and never came back. The camera kept rolling for 47 minutes after she vanished, and what stepped into frame next wasn't human, wasn't listed on the docket, and shouldn't have been there at all. But the most disturbing part? No one has ever turned off that stream. The town was called Coldwater. Population just under 10,000. Farm roads, frozen lakes, rusted courthouse clock that never worked. Nothing remarkable. Except for a courthouse that tried to modernize too quickly. Old bricks. New bandwidth. They installed a live stream system, but forgot to upgrade the part that shuts it off. The girl's name was Amber Reeves, 16 years old, testifying as a third-party witness in a property dispute between neighbors. She wasn't even the key witness. She was supposed to say what she saw through her window that day. That's all. The court clerk logged her in at 3:06 p.m. She smiled. She waved. She adjusted her mic. And then, halfway through a sentence, she looked away. Not toward the judge, not at her notes, to something off-screen just behind the camera. Her face froze, eyes locked on something none of us could see. She stood up, mumbled, "I think someone's here," and walked out of frame. Court protocol says a clerk should have paused the stream. No one did. The court proceeded. Amber's square on the screen remained live, just empty. The lights were still on, curtains still swayed from the draft, and her chair rocked slightly, back and forth. The judge asked her to return, once, then twice, but the room didn't answer. At timestamp 11:42, the feed began to pixelate, only her window, not the others. By 28:14, something moved. It stepped into view from the left side of the screen. Tall, robe, face unclear, blurred like a corrupted video file. It didn't walk, it glided. One hand was tucked inside its sleeve. The other held a folder, thin, yellowed, labeled in red block text, "Verdict rendered." The presiding judge, Marla Denton, was in her 50s, known for being sharp, unshakable. But after this hearing, she never spoke again, not a single word. She was found in her chambers 3 hours later, sitting upright, eyes open, mouth closed tight, as if forced that way. Her laptop had been smashed, but the hard drive was intact. Recovered audio revealed just 6 words, whispered slowly. She was not on the docket. The official court record marks the hearing as adjourned due to connectivity failure. Amber Reeves was never contacted again. No one knocked on her family's door. No police report. No investigation. Just silence. And a broken live stream link, still buried on the court's private server, but not deleted. Because someone, or something, keeps reactivating it. An anonymous IT contractor, former military, was hired 6 months later to audit the court's digital systems. He found a hidden access port with a username tied to a judge who died in 1939. Under that account were 11 live streams, all from Amber's room, all filmed after the trial ended. No audio, no motion, just that same camera angle. And in each video, the same figure appears, standing at the far end of the room. Closer and closer, each time. He tried to delete the files. Every time they returned within 66 seconds, renumbered, relabeled, under a new folder name, pending testimonies. Amber's was file number 1. Your name could be next. No one knows what happened to Amber. Some say she ran away. Some think it was a prank, gone too far. But those who've watched the original footage, the one never released to the public, say the stream responds. If you stare too long, the background shifts, objects move, curtains twitch without wind, and sometimes a second chair appears. If your webcam turned on by itself and you saw something behind you, would you keep watching? Or would you testify, just once, before the screen goes dark? Tell us in the comments, what do you think really happened to her? But this wasn't the first time a courtroom failed to protect a witness. Next time, we're not heading into a courtroom. We're going somewhere colder, somewhere forgotten by the job market, and haunted by something worse than rejection. A man desperate for work answered a government job posting that had no location, just a deadline. He got the job, but he's never been seen since. Only his ID badge was found. Stamped across the front, Department of Replacements, active. If the silence of that live stream haunts you, if that figure is still in your head, then you're already part of the feed. Subscribe before your camera clicks on. Like if the verdict chilled you, and remember, you don't have to be on trial to be watched.